So this upcoming Saturday, February 15th, we have the release of the Air Jordan 1 in the black toe colorway. And look, this one is going to be an interesting release just because I'm expecting there to be a lot of pairs with this one, but there are several other shoes that are dropping this week. If y'all have not seen my This Week on Sneakers video that I dropped yesterday, go check out that video to see what all is dropping this week. But as y'all know, the Friday before, we are supposed to be getting the Air Jordan 1 Bread High 85 dropping. That has been just absolutely craziness trying to cop that one. And then the day before, we also have the Kobe Protro sales that are dropping as well. So it's going to be a very busy week if you're trying to cop everything. There's like 4 or 5 shoes that are supposed to be dropping. We may also get the Union Jordan 1s this week, which I'm waiting on official word to get if those are actually going to drop this week or if they will be dropping later this year. Who knows on those? But this one is going to be a how to cop guide, how to cop video over the Air Jordan 1 black toe. Now, this one, like I mentioned, I'm expecting there to be a lot of pairs. I know last week with the Jordan 5 Reimagined Black Metallics, there were a lot of pairs. And this one, I'm expecting something similar. Now, this Jordan 1 is interesting because, like I mentioned, it's being backdoored off of the Bread 85s that are going to be dropping. So it could either drive up the hype for this Jordan 1 or it could cause it to not really do much and just revert back to how Jordan 1s have been the past couple years where they haven't been super hyped. They've been sitting every time they release. This one is a really nice colorway, but one factor that I think will draw people away from this shoe is that there is not a Wings logo on this Jordan 1. The written text is Air Jordan on the ankle collar. So some people may like that, some people may not. It is a very unique touch on this shoe. Something different, which I always like when it comes to these shoes, just because we get a lot of the same colorways or we get the same color blocking. Just either way, it's nice to have a different touch, but I feel like some people may not like that one. So let me know if you like the Air Jordan text on there, if you prefer the Wings logo on your Jordan 1s. It's going to be hit or miss, I feel like, amongst the people. But if you're interested in copying this shoe, they are dropping what seems like everywhere for this one. So I kind of go through the week on where everything is dropping. So starting off, Hibbett already has their raffles open for the Air Jordan 1 black toe. They have a full size run on their app. So they have the men's, they have the grade school, they have the booties, they have the preschool sizes and the toddler sizes. So if you're interested in anything within that size run, go enter on Hibbett's. They do their raffle a little bit earlier compared to some of the other apps. I believe they let people know on Thursday if they win or not. So you need to enter this either Monday or Tuesday. I would recommend trying to get your entry in just so you don't run into any entries. And then, of course, they'll let you know on Thursday and have their pickup on Saturday. So that is the Hibbett City Gear app. I normally don't enter on that app. It's always hit or miss for me. But for those of y'all that do have a good luck with that app, I would recommend entering on there. Now, moving to the Flex app, of course, raffles are already open on Foot Locker and Champs. Champs, they both have full size runs on there. I know for sure Champs has raffles open for men's pairs and grade school pairs. They don't have a raffle open for the preschool or the toddlers, but I would just recommend going to enter on the Champs app. And then same with Foot Locker. I know for sure they have the men's pairs open and the grade school open, the raffles for both of those. So go enter on those. Use your flex points if you have them to get the head starts on those. This is just going to be another one of those where it's hard to judge how well they will do until we get to the release. So like I say with most releases, when I talk about raffle entries and getting your entries in, don't sleep, don't wait till the last minute. Don't think you're just going to cop on sneakers and hope that's the best way to win. Although sneakers is very nice to have because it's literally at the palm of your hands, I would still recommend putting in your footwork. It's just no telling with this one. Like for me, I know last week with the Jordan 5s, I did not expect them to sell how well they sold. So you got to just keep in mind that people may be interested in these and you have to put in your footwork. So any raffles that you can enter, I would recommend doing so. Now, those are the raffles that I know for sure are open right now. Now, throughout the week, we will have some other raffles. I know for sure it'll probably be Tuesday and Wednesday. It may be Monday and Tuesday. You just kind of have to pay attention to it. But JD will be dropping their raffle. I'm assuming they'll do in-store release as well as an online release like they do for most releases. So if you're interested in the JD raffle, they normally drop that. It's 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and then what is that, 6 a.m. for the West Coast. So if you're interested in the JD raffle, you're just going to have to get up and be ready for those. It normally goes pretty quickly. And if people are interested in this shoe, the app will, of course, have the queue and they will go fast, especially for the online releases. Now, JD is normally where I cop my pairs just because they have the $20 status cash, so I can use that when I go pick up the shoes and get a little bit of a discount on the shoe. But yeah, that one is the raffle that I like the most because to me it works the best. I have to wait like 5 minutes and then I'm in the site and I can go in and get my size with no issue instead of waiting till later in the week. But if you're not able to cop on JD, at least you will have time to go enter like on the Flex app, and hopefully when they announce entry or announce raffle winners on Friday, you will have an opportunity to cop them. But one thing I noticed with the Jordan 5s along with the Flex, I did enter a pair of 5s on the Flex app, and it's had that same issue we've had for several years where the launch crashes or the site crashes and you have a hard time going in to confirm your pair. Now, I will say they did pause the raffle and allow the system to catch up, and then they reopened it back up and allowed you to go in and cop your pair. So just be cautious with the Flex app. That's one thing that I will say. But like I mentioned, JD, if you're really interested in the shoe, that's the one I would highly recommend trying and hoping you're able to cop on there. Now, moving on to the rest of the week, I know Detail Law for sure will be dropping these on Saturday. I believe Shoe Palace will have them as well, and they usually do their in-store raffle on Tuesday. So if you have a Shoe Palace in your area, I will go up there on Tuesday or just call them and see when they're doing their raffle for these pairs. It's just going to be one of those weeks where you're just really going to have to put in your footwork if you're interested in this one. And just like I mentioned, don't sleep on these. But last but not least, of course, Saturday, we will have the sneakers release on these. And like I mentioned, there's a full-size run on the sneakers app. So if push comes to shove, sneakers will be there always. And that will be one of the best ways to cop on Saturday, outside of trying to go fight at a store and hoping they have extra pairs sitting around. Now, outside of that, let's jump to the resale prediction on this shoe, or just what resale is looking like on this shoe right now. So I do have StockX pulled up, and I will go ahead and screen record for y'all. So jumping over to StockX, and I have a size 11.5 pulled up, which is my personal size. Now, as you see, the buy now price on these is $175. Last sale is $175, and highest bid is $161. Now, once again, retail price on these is $180. So as you see, they are already sitting below retail on StockX, especially like 11.5 is one of the hardest sizes to cop in my opinion, but they are already sitting below retail. Now, jumping to a smaller size, and let's go to an 8.5. So at an 8.5, the buy now price is $200. Last sale $169, highest bid is $156. So that buy now price is a little bit above retail, but that last sale price is below retail. So I would expect these to stay below retail as of right now. It's interesting to see, like these I think started coming out like last November. So we've had some time with these to be able, if you wanted to cop them early off of StockX. I did not cop a pair early. I was just gonna wait for the release, especially when it comes to copping pairs earlier than the official release date. I did not want to do that with these. But yeah, as of right now, like if you're interested in them, they will be a great personal in my opinion, but if you're looking to resell them, you may have a little bit of hard time getting some profit off of these. You may, if you can get them for a little bit cheaper than retail price, you may have some lunch money to be made. But outside of that, I think this will be one that resellers may stay away from, and it may be a little bit easier to cop. If you're into Jordan 1s and you like Jordan 1s and you're just looking for a nice pair, this would not be a bad one, especially if you have like the status cash or the flex cash and can get them like the $20 off and you'll be good with those. So let me know if you're planning on copying these Air Jordan 1 Black Toes this weekend, or if you're going to be passing on them. I'm curious to see where people's mindset is on these, especially with the Wings logo not on there and it has the Air Jordan written out on there. Now, one cool touch I will say with this one, and I did just post this on the sneakers app today, but there are some additional details on this shoe. Of course, like I mentioned, there's no Wings logo on the collar, but the other one is the hidden UV activated autograph from Michael Jordan that is on the ankle of the shoe. So this one I will be interested to see in person and just see how well it pops out, or like is it super hidden, or does it stand out a lot? It'll be interesting to see this detail on the shoe once we get them in hand. But of course, when I get the shoe, I will drop a review for y'all. I'll probably drop it Saturday, just so y'all have an idea of what this shoe looks like. But once again, let me know if you're planning on copying this shoe or if you will be passing on them. But as always, I do appreciate y'all for stopping and go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date when I post new content. And as always, y'all enjoy, y'all stay safe and stay blessed.